So today is March 9th, 2016. Do I have your permission to record this conversation?
Yes.
Thank you. Can you please tell us what's been happening with Charlene since we treated her last week?
Yes. I started with the time of the shot. Her pressure headache was gone and her shoulder pain was gone, which was huge. I didn't realize she'd had a pressure headache for 10.5 years until it was gone. I just thought she was getting migraines, but evidently she had that pressure headache all this time, and then she'd get migraines on top of it. That's huge. Then on the next morning, on March 3rd, on Thursday, she was walking in our hotel room, and she hit her toe on the bed frame, and she fell to the floor and grabbing her foot and saying, ow, 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 ow. Well, then she realized it was her right foot. In the past, she would cut her foot, literally cut her foot, and not even know she'd hurt it until she'd see the blood. So that was huge. So she was ecstatic over that.
So she can feel her foot? She has more sensation?
Yeah, she felt it. She hit her toe on the bed, and she hit it hard because it put a little bruise and everything, but she felt it, and up until then she hadn't felt her foot. That morning we were eating breakfast, and she was smiling, and I saw a slight dimple on her right cheek that I haven't seen in 10.5 years. So her smile's getting straighter. That same morning, as she was walking in the hotel room, she was barefooted and her toes were flat instead of all curled under. Because before, if she'd walk barefooted, her toes would curl under and she'd pretty much walk on the tops of her toes. They were flat, and her hand was much looser. On the next day, on Friday, March 4th, by this time she was back in Colorado and I was back in Kansas. She called me. It was 10:45 in the evening, and she was saying that her tongue had new sensations. Well, that was completely new for her to say sensations anyway. Up until now, she would just say it felt funny. So that was huge, and her speech was a lot clearer. Before, it almost sounded like she'd been to the dentist and her mouth was numb, and she just kind of slurred a lot of her words, and this was really clear. And her voice was much stronger. And Saturday morning, March 5th, she called, and she loves pumpkin muffins. And I've been making them and mailing them to her for a long time, and she freezes them. Well, she ate a muffin, and she said it was too sweet. So I said, have you tried your orange juice or apple juice? And while we were on the phone, she took a drink. She goes, oh, man, that's really sweet. So all that was completely different for her. And now things are tasting saltier also. Sunday, her dog tripped her, and she bumped her head. Normally, if she barely bumped her head at all, she'd get an instant migraine. She said she did not get a migraine. She did get a headache, but it was on both sides. She took plain Tylenol, and it took it away. In the past, she'd get a massive migraine. She'd have to take Maxol, and she'd just be in bed pretty much the whole day. So that's huge. She said her balance is better, and her foot her toes are still flat, and her ankle is not turning in either. It's, her ankle is straight now. So it's just every time she calls or she talks to us, we can just tell her voice is stronger and her speech is getting clearer. My boss, he has known her, all these years also, she called at work yesterday, and he was amazed. He was like, oh my gosh, her voice sounds normal.